Welcome back to First Take. You know, Banm Adebayo's 83-point game is second most points scored in a game in NBA history. His performance passed Kobe Bryant's 81-point performance. We know this back in 2006. He made an NBA record 36 free throws. He had a record of 43 free throw attempts. And so here's former NBA All-Star Gordon Hayward this morning on Unsportsmanlike with his thoughts on Bam's 83.
No disrespect to Bam. I think Bam is one of the best two-way players in the league at his position. But he's not a scorer, right? And so it's like for him to break Kobe's record, I think it just is, I don't think it's great for the league. I think it kind of highlights how they're already struggling with, it kind of feels like a pickup game when you're watching. And for him to shoot 43 free throws and 22 threes when that's not what he does, it almost like, and again, like the Wizards too, for them to, like with all these teams tanking, it kind of makes it feel not legit.
Ooh, not legit. I saw Gordon yesterday at the Butler game. Vincent, is the criticism of Bam's 83-point performance, because it's coming from a lot of different angles with a lot of different opinions, do you think it's warranted? Now you've had a day or so to hear it all. What do you think?
I got a problem with the graphic, first off. It said Kobe's record. Record means best ever scoring game. We treat 100 points like it didn't happen. If it did not happen, if Kobe's 81 was number one, that's a record. This is just a mark. That's all it is. That's point number one. Let's talk about Bam and the Miami Heat and the Washington Wizards. Bam scored 31 points in the first quarter. If I score 31 points in the first quarter, I'm not passing for the rest of the game. That's a heater that can get you to the 100-point range. I don't care what happens after that, ethical basketball or whatever it is. Secondly, y'all, it's the Washington damn Wizards, okay? This team has never been a serious franchise as long as I've been alive. I got to say it about the Wizards. They couldn't win 50 games with John Wall. They haven't won 50 games since Michael Jackson put out Off the Wall in 1979. That is an actual fact. This team is tanking. And when they decided to turn this, exactly, it was one of the goals, right? And when this the clown show started to happen, it was in the fourth quarter. Bam already had 70 points. Whatever we think about these records, y'all, David Robinson scoring 71 on the last game of the 1994 season to win the scoring title against the Clippers, that turned into an exhibition at the end because everybody was sort of in on it. Wilt's 100 points, they were fouling him, and he happened to be hitting his foul shots that night. And the last point is this, y'all. I love Kobe Bryant. I love Kobe Bryant fans. But there is a segment of people who go above and beyond. I'm going to call them Kobe stans. They think the man did no wrong. They think he was better than Michael Jordan. They think the man was a total basketball angel as opposed to what he was, a competitive, ruthless basketball demon. Stephen A., you were at the 2003 All-Star game in Atlanta. That was supposed to be Michael Jordan's quote-unquote moment. He hit the fadeaway over Shawn Marion, and everybody thought the game was going to end then. And what did Kobe Bryant do? Kobe Bryant said, this is going to be my moment. Forget Michael Jordan. Forget the story. I'm going for it. So for Kobe Bryant stans to say that Banm Adebayo should not have passed Kobe's mark, not the record, the mark, I don't think these people know who Kobe Bryant really was and what he stood for.
Doesn't mean we can't feel that way, Vince. It doesn't mean we can't
Stephen
feel
A.,
that
go
way.
ahead, please. Please, Stephen A., please talk some
go
sense.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Talk some sense.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, RC. Go ahead,
Vince,
RC.
You are so disrespectful. You started this by saying it turned into an exhibition, and that's what happens when people score these points. When Kobe scored 81, it was not an exhibition. And the reason people talk about Kobe's 81 is because none of us was born in 1962. Ain't none of us seen that. Hell, I was born in 79 when you was talking about the Wizards could actually win 50 games. And you're now mad because Kobe Bryant in Michael Jordan's final All-Star game played hard when all we do is sit up here and talk about how the All-Star game was broken until this year? And let me get this, because I know we're talking about Bam. I'm fine with Bam scoring 81, 83. If I scored 30-something in the first quarter, you're damn right I'm going to keep shooting it. And if my team going to let me do it and my mama there and my old lady there, hell yeah, I'm going to score as many points as the Wizards let me score. That's the Wizards' fault. You don't want me to celebrate? Stop me from scoring. That's on you. But to act like Kobe Bryant wasn't what he was, to act like being a competitor in this league, being willing to play 82, playing with a broken nose in the All-Star game and not being pissed off about it, tearing your Achilles and getting back to the free throw line and shooting 2 more, being the dude he was, let's not do this revisionist history like he wasn't one of them ones because you want to say that it's cool for Bam to score these points. Kobe Bryant is a freaking god of basketball. The way this man approached the game was different, and we can't start disrespecting that so Bam's 83 stands. It stands. It's cool, but it wasn't being down to Toronto, scoring 81 to bring my team back and win. They ain't the same things, but you don't have to hate on Bam's game to uplift Kobe's.
Well, you could keep your face the way that you keep in events. Just don't say anything. Just sit there and listen.
I'm so confused.
You ain't make no damn
I'm so confused.
No. You shouldn't
so
be.
confused.
The only reason you're confused is because you opened up a can of worms you should have never opened up. That's the only reason. Kobe Bryant don't have much to do with this conversation. First of all, let's take Wilt. Let's address Wilt. You left out one important thing. The only people who saw Wilt score 100 points were the spectators in attendance. So that's a very, very important component in all of that, Vince. Nobody saw it. We saw him holding up sign 100. We know that he did it. Nobody's questioning that it actually happened legitimately, but no one saw it. So that has a lot to do with it. Kobe Bryant, everybody saw that. Everybody saw what happened in January 2006. Everybody heard Sam Mitchell say we did everything but kidnap the brother and we couldn't stop him. Everybody saw this brother hit 28 or 46 shots. Everybody saw him hit 7 to 13 three-pointers. Everybody saw him stealing the ball, going in for breakaway dunks, pulling up in people's face. We saw him and Jalen Rose do a commercial about it. You understand? We saw what we saw. That was legitimate. What happened, and let's go to Gordon Hayward and what he had to say. This is no blemish on Banm Adebayo. I love the brother. I respect him. He did what he did. Only 3 players in NBA history have ever done it. Props to him. And he should be celebrated for it, no doubt about it. But that doesn't mean we're allowed to put on blinders and ignore the fact that you had Eric Spoelstra challenging calls just to give him more bites at the apple. You had the Miami Heat fouling people intentionally just to give them more bites at the apple, disrupting the flow of the game. Hell, the Washington Wizards were complicit in letting Banm Adebayo do what he was doing. Now, that's not supposed to happen. And not only that, you shoot as many free throws as you did field goals. You shot 43 free throws and stuff like that. So that part, understand, 2 things can be true. We can celebrate Banm Adebayo for what he accomplished, even though we know it's an extreme aberration because he's not a scorer. But we can also acknowledge that Gordon Hayward had a point when he's talking about what's not good for the game because of the manner in which it was allowed to happen. You understand? Clock being messed with, strategies getting thrown out the window, competition complicit in allowing it to happen. That's not what happened with Kobe Bryant, which is why, you knowing what you know, Vinny, there was no excuse whatsoever for you to even mention Kobe Bryant in this equation and to start going back and talking about, well, people have, these views of Kobe Bryant and all of that stuff because he was worthy of it, because everything we cherish and we love and we appreciate about greatness from athletes, he personified. Period. The good, the bad, and the ugly all comes meshed into one to formulate greatness. That's what we're talking about.
Vince, we're going to come back to this later in the show because we're against it at the top of the hour. Don't worry, we'll let you get your point in. Very passionate about this
Keep that smile for the next half hour.
Hold
on to it.
We'll come back to it. More